Barrel, a Prohibition musical, started as a partnership between PlaceBase Productions and the Granite Falls Historical Society. And the concept was really to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Prohibition Act, which was authored by Andrew Volstead, who was a former resident of Granite Falls.
Well, I've been on the board of the Granite Falls Historical Society for quite a few years, and this last year we got a grant to plan the 100-year anniversaries of Prohibition and the cooperative anniversary, which is in 3 more years in 2022. But I had this idea for a play before I actually took that job. Ashley and I had talked about it.
Liquor by the pint, liquor by the pint, and beer by the bag, beer by the bag. It's Friday night, it's Friday night. What's wrong with that? Woo!
It's not just the 1920s shoot-'em-up gangster-style Prohibition play, but this is really looking at women's rights, native rights, climate rights, the right to assembly, and really look at the role of Prohibition in our country. Not only that era that we think of when we think about Prohibition, but also who gets to prohibit, what gets prohibited, and why. So we go back 100 years from now, but we also go 50 years into the future from now.
What did I tell you about non-period gadgets?
I'm sorry, I'll put it away.
And to have a partner that is a historical society be open to that is a really magical collaboration.
Old Andrew Volstead, great Prohibition, came along to set us all. Thank you very much. You're a very good
I think the Volsteads would be very excited to see their history portrayed this way. Before I just thought, oh, Prohibition, you know, is just some dumb idea that didn't work. So I think this play really, you know, made me think more about why it happened.
You know, in grade school, when you're asked to be the street crosser person, I feel really special. I'm like, I'm the crossing guard and I am escorting people through time. Here we go. And I get to be really loud and people stop driving.
It gets kind of boring sometimes just sitting and watching a show the whole time, so having those built-in breaks is really great to get up and move a little bit, and also to see the town.
Right, you get to feature those other special places in the community.
And the only downside is the weather, because we have no control over that.
They needed someone to present the scene of Maggie Black, and they wanted to be appropriate about it. So it's a small scene, but yeah, it holds so much history. It kind of just goes straight to the point.
Are you responsible for this?
What is this?
They're talking about a treaty back in 1955 where they were trying to get rid of the Indian community, the Upper Sioux and the Lower Sioux. And you know, a lot of that piece of history, a lot of people don't know.
You're going to terminate the Upper Sioux tribe, divide our lands, and absorb us?
Look, lady.
Maggie.
And so I'm really honored to be a part of that and to at least kind of help put that history out there.
One of the things that really stuck out to us was that, you know, the role that women really played in the suffragette movement of pushing Prohibition forward. And this being really the first time that women stepped forward in the national spotlight to make big ripple effect change happen across our country. So this play was developed in partnership with Other Tiger Productions, which is another theater company based in the Twin Cities. The two main people that collaborated with us on this production from Other Tiger was Jessica Wong, who's an amazing playwright, and Ricardo Vasquez, who's an award-winning director and performer. To have the two of them come and work with our cast and to develop this script with the community of Granite Falls, it just elevated everything to another level. It's incredible. And then the music was composed by Brian Laidlaw, who's a national touring folk musician, and the music is just so rich and it tells such a beautiful story, and then seeing that get translated by how the women come together and sing it, and all these harmonies, and having an all-female band. I mean, it's a powerful exploration of story and song. Our other major partner is Blue Nose Gopher, and working with a Main Street business that's a tap house on Main Street, that has been so fun. And then after the show, the whole cast and audience meets back at Blue Nose, and we have conversations about what we saw and experienced in the play.
To have this be happening there, to bring theater into our place, and it's been very beneficial for us to have this happening every month. And I've had some people say that they've heard of, like, oh yeah, we just heard about Blue Nose because of this play.
I've fallen back in love with Granite Falls. To see people coming together for a common good and to see people who are all on the same page and want the same things is really awesome.
I've lived here my whole life, and I think something that I've learned through this show about my town is that the arts community has just completely exploded. It's been so amazing as an artist to see that, and to see that the town that I know and I love is just booming with arts now.
It's been amazing. I think we've forged a lot of really great friendships and connections with women that we maybe wouldn't have an opportunity otherwise to do so, and it's fun. We're like a big group of girlfriends now.
Yeah.
So
I think the fact that it is an all-female cast, that's a huge part of this show and what makes it so unique. We've just become like such good friends through the whole thing.
The camaraderie and just our girl power huddles are great.
1, 2, 3, go!
This is the first time I've ever been in a play, so it's my first experience, and I found it so interesting in how much the audience can play into your experience in the show.
We pull them in very closely in our scenes. They're this close to us at times, and so they can't really hide from us in an audience.
I see you staring like you're watching some sort of a play. You might act like this isn't your story. There's a whole line of women out there with empty pantries.
Well, being back in the corner as a musician, it's always interesting to hear the response in this scene, because we can't really see what's going on too much, and we can't see the audience faces, but we could hear a lot of the laughter and some of the shuffling uncomfortably in some of the spots too. So that was fun.
The second sex?
It really struck me how we don't often get a chance to come into contact with the real human experiences. See it in the history books, but you don't really get to see like what people had to go through in order for these things to change.
I would hope that people who see it recognize the importance of acknowledging new ideas and acknowledging it's okay to get out of your comfort zone, and it's okay to not do it just because, well, this is the way we've always done it.
I hope it gives the community members something to think about. There are still these issues that are in the show that are still very real and very present today. And I hope the show makes them think about that a little bit more.
Sing your song.